Right, let's take you back to the South Gauteng High Court, where that murder trial of Sandile Mantsoe has adjourned for the day. Mantsoe is accused of killing his ex-girlfriend, Karabo Mokoena, burning her body and dumping it in a field a year ago. Let's get an update on today's proceedings. We're joined by our reporter, Khayelihle Khumalo, who's at the court. Kaya, I understand that Sandile Mantsoe is still insisting that he'll prove Karabo Mokoena committed suicide.
Well, absolutely, Joanne. Those were one of the revelations that came out in court today. And also at some point, Joanne, the very first witness that the state brought in today revealed that it would be a joke to assume that Karabo might have committed suicide, since they had broken up with Mr. Mantsoe. So it would be really ludicrous to allude to the fact that she might have taken her own life. That's a claim that had been put forward by Sandile himself. But of course, Joanne, another very incredible revelation that came out in court today was the issue regarding the relationship itself, that it was utterly toxic, and at some point Karabo was injured. She went to hospital for some time, and she tried to hide some of these incidents away from her family because she was very much petrified and scared that this may come out and paint her in a very bad light.
I understand some pictures were shown in court today that were particularly difficult to view, Kaya.
Very much so, Joanne, and very gruesome looking pictures. And as you know, that in terms of the nature of the trial itself, there are a lot of restrictions that are really attached to the trial itself. So these photos were circulated around court from, of course, the prosecutors to the judge and the witness that they have, the state brought today. This is a very star witness in as far as the state is concerned. It's somebody who was very close to Karabo, and somebody that she called a friend, and she confided her a lot of things in reference to the relationship itself, and how at some point she cited this one particular incident whereby they went to Sandton, where Sandile stayed, right at Sandton Skype, and obviously during the course of that visit, and there was a point where Sandile was driving a car, and literally he just lost it and grabbed Karabo firmly in a most forceful way. And then the witness at the time, tried to tell Sandile to calm down. So it was a very stormy relationship. That was a summation that came out in as far as this particular relationship is concerned.
How did Sandile Mantsoe carry himself in court today, Kaya?
Well, Joanne, he was very well composed, and of course at some point he was given an opportunity to look at to plead guilty or not, as we know that he's facing 3 charges: premeditated murder and assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm, and of course defeating the ends of justice. On 3 counts, he pleaded not guilty. But of course, during the course of the trial, the very first day officially, Joanne, he was really well composed, and he really just cut a lone figure during the recesses and the tea breaks that we had during the trial today. So he wouldn't really just talk to anyone. He would really just literally sit there and not really utter a word or two to anyone.
Thank you so much for giving us an idea of how it unfolded in court today. Our reporter, Khayelihle Khumalo.